Hi, I'm Jake, and I wanted to do a little bit of a review today on Call of Duty Advanced Warfighter. As you can see, I have it here. I played it on the Xbox 360, been playing it for a little bit, and I just wanted to share some thoughts on this game alone, and then kind of on where I think the franchise should go, just an opinion on that. What I really liked about this Call of Duty is a lot of the times on the last generation, when the shooters would come out, there's kind of the possibility that the multiplayer isn't the biggest deal. You know what I mean? Like BioShock, they didn't have multiplayer, or they did on, I think, like the second or the third one, but off the top of my head, I can't think of any multiplayer that I've played with the BioShock series. And those were the kind of shooters that, the campaigns that I really enjoyed, but most of all what I enjoyed was the military shooters and those military campaigns. And with the Call of Duty, once Modern Warfare came out, the multiplayer is what kind of took off. Like we hadn't seen that kind of party system, we hadn't seen that kind of online play, the perks, all of that. It blew up to the point that, yeah, Call of Duty started coming out every year with iterations on the multiplayer and really just a campaign thrown together to kind of just say, here's the brand new multiplayer with a campaign. This is the first FPS that I've gotten in a while that it feels like the campaign is what was focused on. I've played the multiplayer, it's alright, but I mean, I went back to Ghosts. I have this, I own this, it's not like it was lent to me, and I've played the multiplayer, and it just didn't pull me away from my favorite first-person shooter. It has an exo survival mode, which is basically a horde mode, but maybe it's me, but they have these exosuits to where you can double jump, to where you have like upgrades and all of this, and you can get on higher elevations. And horde mode is where you and like 4 other people face wave after wave of enemy fire. The enemies start off right off the bat with their own exosuit. So I've never seen a survival with like 5 people where first round is hard to get through. It wasn't just me that was getting downed, it was everybody. It seems like the difficulty on it is not good. But what I don't care about is that campaign experience was everything. I can go right back to it. I love to put these things, I love to go through first on medium just to see if it's worth it to go through on veteran, because I love that challenge. This is 100% worth it. There's been some disses on the campaign, but hey, the story is what they're saying is kind of weak and predictable. Not really. I love how in the background of one, they kind of take a nod at that New World Order. I don't know if you're up on that or whatever, but they kind of make a nod that everybody in the future is getting microchipped. And I don't want to spoil anything, but that's part of it. You know, the New World Order would love us all microchipped, and that's in the game. There's some other subtle kind of a one government idea is pretty much what Kevin Spacey is going for. And again, I don't want to give spoilers, but that's pretty cool to see that kind of stuff in a first-person shooter, and that they're taking that kind of approach to look at that and see what that could possibly lead to. Because if you have only one government, one world government, that's absolute power, and it's a famous saying that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So that's kind of the angle I think that they kind of took with that. But play the game. It's awesome. It's the campaign of you know, the next generation. And what was really cool is I played it on my Xbox 360, and it's the first title that's come out that I've been watching it on Twitch. I've been watching the trailers come out, and it's all been for the Xbox One. And so now when I put this into the Xbox 360, I can see I need to upgrade. I need to experience these games at the height of what they're meant to be right now. And that's very cool, because not many titles have steered me to where I want to go next gen, but I am absolutely ready for next gen because of what this game lacks, because I don't have an Xbox One. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about, so overall, I mean, I said it's a review. When it comes to the campaign, it's a must play. I mean, I don't want to 1 through 10, blah, blah, blah. I say play it, experience it. There's new weapons that you really haven't seen before, and it's a lot of fun. The multiplayer, don't buy it for the multiplayer, don't buy it for the horde mode. Those do have some very, it's just lacking. But for the campaign, definitely purchase this game and go through it. And I would definitely, a must buy, I guess that's what I would call it, a must buy. And what I said I also wanted to talk about is now that we have the next gen, right? Every time that a generation comes out, what you get to look forward to is your favorite games and genres on the next gen, where it's like when Grand Theft Auto came over from, you know, the regular Xbox to the Xbox 360, it was basically 5 times the size of that original Grand Theft Auto 3 map, and that's because it's bigger. You know, the next generation can do more. What I don't want to see with Call of Duty is for it to keep going so far into the future that we have Halo. You know? Like, we did, I would say maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, we got to that point where we're like, okay, World War II, Nazis, got it. You know what I mean? Like Vietnam, we got it. You know, we've played those campaigns so many times, but now it's okay to go back. You don't have to go Advanced Warfighter, Halo, you know, to where they're flying like superheroes. Just go back to showing us again what is the game? I thought I had it. The Brothers in Arms. That game was, it was such an experience because they actually went and they got veterans and they had them sit down and said, give us a story. What was this like? Like the main character was actually based on the guy that was sitting there telling them what war was actually like and how to use your platoon and these kinds of situations, and that was super cool. But now when you go back to those games, the graphics are just so hard to deal with. When you put in Medal of Honor, any of them on the older one, it's very hard to kind of see what's going on because you're so used to these crisp graphics. So I think it would be okay for us to actually go back to a Call of Duty and really look at World War II. Don't give us the great normal experience where Nazis blah blah blah. Find a way to implement all the new memory, the size, the controller, all of that, but don't be afraid to go back and really give us an even more in-depth look at World War II. You know, you can't have enough games where you're fighting and killing Nazis. You know what I mean? Just because Wolfenstein came out and it wasn't that great, in my opinion, I think in a lot of opinions, we might be past making those games, but that's just my point, is I think that we could revisit it again, and I would even have fun with that. Assassin's Creed, imagine if Assassin's Creed caught up to World War II. You would have free running, you would be that soldier that would probably be a sniper, you would still have the free running aspect. That would be that would be pretty cool. And with the Xbox One, I think it would be an even better experience. You wouldn't be going backwards with it, you would be revisiting, but who doesn't love a well done reboot as long as we're looking at the same material in a new way? You know what I mean? So that's just, I wanted to say, for one, definitely give this campaign a go. It's a great experience. It'll really, if you've got an Xbox 360, it'll really kind of get you pumped for the Xbox One. And the other point was that it's okay to go back. I would love to see a really in-depth Vietnam video game. I don't know if that's taboo or whatever, but mostly all we've gotten in the Medal of Honor and the Call of Duty so far is just running through the tunnels and stuff like that. Some of the politics that was involved, some of the missions that have become declassified by now, would have to be some really, really good video game drama and gameplay. So that's just my idea, something to throw out there, maybe start a conversation. And I'm Jake, and this is my channel. Please like and subscribe, and more importantly, leave a comment so we can talk about it. All right. You have a good night. Bye.